crew vanished mid-flight. Year is 1942. America, reeling from the attack on Pearl Harbor, is gripped by paranoia. The Pacific coast, particularly California, is a powder keg of fear, anticipating a Japanese invasion that seems imminent. Blackouts are frequent, anti-aircraft guns dot the coastline, and the skies above are patrolled day and night. Amidst this tense atmosphere, the U.S. Navy diligently guards its shores, utilizing a fleet of blimps for aerial surveillance. These airships, slow but reliable, were tasked with spotting enemy submarines and surface vessels lurking just beyond the horizon. But one blimp, L8, registration number L8, would soon become the center of a mystery so bizarre, so inexplicable, that it would earn the chilling moniker, the Ghost Blimp, on a seemingly ordinary summer morning, August 16th, 1942. L8, a K-class blimp, lifted off from Treasure Island Naval Air Station in the heart of San Francisco Bay. Aboard were two experienced crew members, Lieutenant Ernest Cody, the pilot, and Ensign Charles Adams, his co-pilot. Their mission was a routine patrol, scanning the coastline for any sign of enemy activity. The skies were clear, the weather calm, perfect conditions for flight. L8 was equipped with the latest anti-submarine technology, depth charges, and a machine gun. The mission was expected to last only a few hours. What nobody could foresee was that this routine patrol would transform into an enduring enigma, a haunting question mark hovering over the annals of naval history. A storm of confusion was brewing, and it was about to break over the heads of everyone involved. Barely an hour and a half into their patrol, L8 radioed a coded message back to Treasure Island. The message was brief, stating that they were investigating a suspected oil slick a few miles off the coast near Dolly City. This was not unusual. Oil slicks could indicate submerged submarines. The message was acknowledged, and Treasure Island waited for further updates. However, no further communications were received from L8. Then something even more unsettling happened. Witnesses on the ground reported seeing the blimp drifting erratically over the coastline, descending rapidly towards the shore. Something was clearly wrong. Shortly after noon, L8 crash-landed on a street in Dolly City, just south of San Francisco. It wasn't a hard crash. The blimp, though deflated and damaged, was largely intact. But the truly horrifying part was what wasn't there. There was no sign of Lieutenant Cody or Ensign Adams. The gondola, the blimp's control cabin, was empty. The radio was working, the engine was idling, and the blimp's emergency equipment was all in place. The only anomaly was one of the gondola doors being slightly ajar. It was as if the crew had simply vanished into thin air, leaving behind an operational, yet unmanned, airship. The scene was surreal, a tableau of abandonment that defied all logical explanation. The immediate reaction was panic. Had the crew been attacked? Had they fallen overboard? Or worse, had they been captured by the enemy? A massive search and rescue operation was launched, involving ships, planes, and ground troops, scouring the ocean and coastline for any trace of the missing men. But despite the exhaustive search, not a single clue was found. No bodies, no debris, no life rafts. The ocean yielded nothing. The absence of any wreckage suggested that the men had not simply fallen into the sea. The mystery deepened, becoming more perplexing with each passing hour. The Navy launched a formal investigation, determined unravel the mystery of the ghost blimp. Every conceivable explanation was explored, from enemy action to mechanical failure to pilot error, but each theory seemed to lead to a dead end. The fact that the blimp had been operational and relatively undamaged ruled out a catastrophic mechanical failure. The lack of any enemy contact made an attack seem unlikely, and the fact that both crew members had vanished simultaneously made pilot error a less plausible explanation. The investigators were baffled. They were facing a puzzle with missing pieces, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. Suspicion inevitably fell on the crew themselves. Could it have been a carefully orchestrated desertion? Lieutenant Cody and Ensign Adams were thoroughly investigated. Their backgrounds, their personalities, their finances, every aspect of their lives was scrutinized, but nothing suspicious was found. Both men were experienced and respected officers, with no apparent motive for abandoning their posts. Cody was a seasoned pilot with a spotless record, and Adams was a newly commissioned officer, eager to prove himself. The desertion theory seemed increasingly improbable. As the investigation continued, rumors began to circulate. Some whispered of Japanese spies, suggesting that the crew had been abducted by enemy agents operating on American soil. Others spoke of a secret suicide pact, claiming that Cody and Adams had been struggling with personal demons. But these were just rumors, unsubstantiated by any evidence. The investigation team focused on more tangible clues, meticulously examining the blimp for any overlooked details. They analyzed the radio logs, the engine performance data, and the blimp's flight path, searching for any anomalies that might shed light on the mystery. A crucial piece of evidence emerged during the forensic examination of the gondola. Ensign Adams' raincoat was found neatly folded inside. This detail seemed to contradict the theory that the crew had been suddenly attacked or forced to abandon the blimp. Why would Adams have taken off his raincoat and folded it so carefully if he was facing an imminent threat? The raincoat suggested a degree of composure and deliberation that was at odds with the circumstances of their disappearance. It was a small detail, but it added another layer of complexity to the already perplexing mystery. The investigation took a shocking turn when investigators began to explore the possibility of foul play, specifically a potential murder-suicide scenario. The theory was that one of the men had killed the other and then jumped out of the blimp, committing suicide. But this theory was also fraught with problems. It was difficult to imagine how one man could overpower the other in the confined space of the gondola without leaving any signs of a struggle, and it was even more difficult to explain why the surviving crew member would then jump out of the blimp, leaving it to crash land on its own. The murder-suicide theory seemed as improbable as the other explanations, adding to the confusion. Inconsistencies began to surface in the eyewitness accounts. Some witnesses claimed to have seen two men inside the gondola as the blimp drifted towards the shore, while others insisted that the gondola was empty. These conflicting testimonies made it even more difficult to reconstruct the events of that fateful morning. The reliability of the witnesses was also called into question, as some of them admitted to having only glimpsed the blimp from a distance. The investigation was becoming increasingly muddled as conflicting information obscured the truth. As the weeks turned into months, the investigation stalled. Despite the best efforts of the Navy, the mystery of the ghost blimp remained unsolved. The official report concluded that the fate of Lieutenant Cody and Ensign Adams was unknown, and the cause of their disappearance could not be determined. The case was closed, but the mystery lingered on, a haunting reminder of the unexplained. The ghost blimp became a legend, a tale whispered among naval aviators and conspiracy theorists alike. It was a puzzle that defied all logical explanation, a riddle that may never be solved. Years passed, and the ghost blimp faded from the headlines, but it never entirely disappeared from the collective memory. The mystery continued to intrigue amateur sleuths and historians who offered their own theories and interpretations of the events of that day. Some suggested that the crew had been victims of a top-secret military experiment gone wrong. Others believed that they had stumbled upon a clandestine operation and were silenced to protect national security. But these theories remained speculative, lacking any concrete evidence. The ghost blimp incident serves as a stark reminder of the uncertainties of war and the limitations of human understanding. In a time of fear and paranoia, it's easy to imagine shadows where none exist, to see conspiracies lurking behind every corner. The mystery of the ghost blimp may never be fully solved, but perhaps the true mystery lies not in the fate of the crew, but in the human capacity for speculation, for myth-making, and for the enduring allure of the unknown. It reminds us that some questions may simply remain unanswered, lost in the mists of time, and shrouded in secrecy. Today, the ghost blimp remains a chilling footnote in naval history, a haunting enigma that continues to fascinate and perplex. Was it a tragic accident, a sinister conspiracy, or simply an inexplicable event that defies all rational explanation? We may never know the truth, but one thing is certain: the story of the ghost blimp will continue to be told, a cautionary tale of the dangers of war, the limits of knowledge, and the enduring power of mystery. The empty blimp, drifting silently towards the shore, remains a potent symbol of loss, uncertainty, and the haunting specter of the unknown.